What's up, everybody? It's me, at True Star Screamer, which, by the way, that is the same name to be used for Instagram, TikTok, and whatever social media I pretty much decide to appear on. I ain't doing like 38 titles this time. But we are here for yet another toy review. We are looking at the Marvel Legends 60th Anniversary Spider-Man. This is in the style of Amazing Fantasy 15. Emulating the Steve Ditko art, which is absolutely awesome. There are things I really like about this figure, and there are things that make me question. And we'll kind of decide if this is I don't want to say the best Spider-Man figure for your buck. Do not worry, I am not going to pull out all like 38 Spider-Man figures that I own from Marvel Legends. So the size comparisons, once again, will be at a near minimum. I've got this guy in kind of your basic landing pose right now. We're going to get him out of it in a second. But I just was trying to illustrate the best use of these effect parts, and we'll kind of get into that in a second. So let's get him stood up. I'm going to pull these parts off, and we are going to start talking toys. Okay, so now we have them kind of laid out here. This is a little bit of everything that you get. The box is trashed already, I'll say that. It's back, and it is in the eco-friendly blind boxes, so the good news is there's not much you really need to inspect about it. You can see here the webbing on here is pretty well done. I mean, he looks good. Arm behind his back. The spider symbol looks awesome on the back. The spider symbol on the chest looks good, and unfortunately my editing software doesn't let me put like little floating images on here. But if I could, I'd put a picture of him from the artwork, but Google is your friend. There are, as far as a Spider-Man figure goes, this right here, I love. I mean, we have, of course, our double-jointed elbows and knees, all pinless, mind you. We do have our butterfly joints, which I believe I think every figure should be coming standard with right now, but definitely every Spider-Man. The head is on the disc swivel and ball, so he can look up really well. He can look down really well. Body is on the ball joint, which I love this so much more than the usual Marvel Legend. Oh, we still have the crunch here. This just adds such a dynamic to it. This is very nice. Very, very, very nice. You know, knees can just about kick his own tail. He's got like no booty. But decent ab crunch forward. Really good ab crunch back. So as far as a Spider-Man figure goes, this is great. Accessories. This is where, well, okay, gonna go with the positives. We get all the hands we're supposed to have. You know, I got 2 sets of wall-crawling hands, 2 sets of whipping hands, 2 sets of fists, and 2 sets of web-holding hands. I'm like 50-50 on that. We'll get to that in a second. He also comes with these web wing parts. Now, if you ever actually look at the old original Spider-Man work, he had webbing coming down under his arms. And the idea behind this, now this is, I get the idea, and I applaud the spirit. He's got 2 little chunks right here that are kind of in the shape of D's. And D's wings, they plug right in there. And so, the idea, that gets up in here. Actually, you know what? We're going to edit these in real quick. Okay, thanks to the magical, the magic of editing, I've got the little web things in. And the fact that I couldn't really do it live on camera tells you how much fun they are to put in. You can barely, I'll be honest, you can barely see them. And if I move them up here, you can slightly see where they are, because he's supposed to look like he's got his little web wings in lieu of, I think he had that in lieu of a cape. Thing is, I mean, look at this from the back. Yeah. I get the kind of how and why they were doing it, but first of all, you can only use these particular parts if his arms are extended outward like this. I think I would have been happy not having anything at all instead of using up the part count for this. Again, I get the why. The Jessica Drew Spider-Woman figure, I think, actually executed this a little better. Because, yeah, look, I immediately knocked it off. They don't even stay in that well. And as soon as I try to put the arms into any other position, it completely ruins that illusion. So you've got those there. They're supposed to be the arms extended. And then we have the other ones, which again, plug in under the bicep. Plug in under the bicep. Put your arms down a little, twist it slightly. That looks maybe marginally better, you know, looking like they're folded up. But once again, as soon as I move up, illusion's broken. As soon as I twist, illusion's broken. I would almost have preferred that weird paper stuff they were putting in with Siren and or Shikla or Storm, you know, those that weird material than this, or honestly, nothing at all. I will probably never use those except for this review. You know, I'm not even sure I'll be able to put them in for photography after this review. I had them in for the initial picture, but they honestly cause more hindrance than fun for playing with the action figure. Also, you get this web effect thing. I hate this thing. I absolutely... Any version of Spider-Man that gets this, it's just... You can't anchor it anywhere. He doesn't look right holding it. It's like his dog left the leash. Maybe you can hold it up there for swinging, but this is like cheap material. I actually would have preferred maybe just a straight version of this, something that clips into the wrist, or my personal favorite web effect. We'll be right back. In my opinion, there is no greater web effect than just taking some old twist ties that come off a NECA figure or something, literally twist them up, and your Spider-Man's good to go. I like doing these because they're lightweight. You can wrap them around the wrist. You can have it feed in through the peg holes. I mean, I can hold this just fine. I can hold him just fine. And it doesn't hinder any of the play. So, literally, next time you buy yourself a NECA figure, just save your twist ties, and when you're bored, twist them up. So, for size comparison, I mentioned when I reviewed the Lizard that I hadn't had this guy open yet. Here he is with the Steve Ditko style Lizard, and our Steve Ditko inspired Spider-Man, and yeah, this is good. Hasbro, this is very good. And here he is with the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man buck. Peter's older. He is like twice the age of this Peter. I have no qualms with this at all. This is an evolution of a Spider-Man. Both these figures are great. Of course, this guy's got the toe joint, this guy doesn't. Aside from that, either of these, I think you'll both be happy. I would probably say if you're penny pinching, get this guy. If you can afford the 2-pack, get this guy. The retro one is still good as well, but the way that thing was going on the secondary market, either of these guys will be absolutely a better bang for your buck. In conclusion, do I regret buying him? No. Do I regret doing a size comparison with him and Mr. G? Possibly, but you know, they'd always look good together. But jokes aside, this is a very good Spider-Man figure. If, again, like I said, if you can get your hands on the 2-pack, Renew Your Vows one, also an excellent one. This one is a great Peter to use for any, early Spider-Man adventure pictures. If you've got the other classic stuff like the Sandman, even the Kingpin, well, Kingpin's about the same size, but if you want to do pictures with him in his younger years, this is a great Spider-Man. These wing effects, completely useless. The web effect, completely useless. The rest of it, completely useful. So if you see him on the shelf and you're jonesing for a Spider-Man, I absolutely endorse the pickup. If you're on the fence about it, I can't say, oh, you gotta get it, you'll be regretting life, but it's a good Spider-Man. Now, you're talking to a guy who's got just about every Marvel Legends Spider-Man that Hasbro has made. Not the Toy Biz stuff, but just about every Hasbro Spider-Man. So, my daughter would say I've got a problem collecting them, but this was not like one that, oh god, why did I get this? That would probably be that Negative Future Foundation one. That's actually one I passed on. But this one, I pre-ordered, I spent my money, and I'm happy. And I hope you enjoyed. If you got him, I hope you enjoy him. So until next time, again, this is True Starscreamer. Hopefully you can catch me every Thursday on the Figure Action Podcast. Oh, come on, you didn't think I'd forget that, did you? And enjoy the pictures. Until next time, take care.